Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Women in Mobility, an initiative by Mobility Outlook to celebrate our women employees and achievers in the automotive industry. You join us today with Miss Beauty Raina. She's the General Manager in Purchase at Honda Motorcycle and Scooter India Limited. Beauty Raina holds a B.Tech in Mechanical and Automation from IGIT Kashmiri Gate, Delhi, affiliated with IP University. Additionally, she pursued a diploma in Public Health and Environmental Engineering from Kasturba Polytechnic for Women, Delhi. Commencing her career in 2004 as a process engineer at CDIL Delhi, specializing in discrete semiconductor devices manufacturing, Raina demonstrated her prowess by successfully converting a semi-automatic plating line to lead-free. In November 2006, Raina joined HMSI as an executive in the cost control department within the purchase operation. Over the years, she ascended through the ranks, assuming roles such as business project leader for Unicorn and later overseeing scooter models like Activa 110, 125, Tio, Aviator, and Activa I. Raina's dedication and expertise earned her a promotion to senior executive and the opportunity to represent purchase at the Osaka R&D Center in Japan. Her visit involved participation in model simulation events, contributing to the improvement of fitment, welding, molding, and overall quality. As of 2022-23, Raina continues to lead the distinction, receiving the Best Commendation General Manager Award for NM Cost Management of the Shine 100 project. Hello, Beauty-san. Very welcome to the show.
Hello, Abhijit. Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good.
So let's just go straight in it. Can you tell us more about your early childhood days, right? In Jammu, when you were born in Kashmir, I believe, and then moved to Jammu. And your early days, your educational, journey. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, well, I was born in a beautiful village in Kashmir Valley. Though I could not explore my childhood in Kashmir much because we had to move out of town due to the disturbance in the valley those days. So, though the militancy is not at peak, but my father could foresee the deteriorating situation every day, and he decided to move out of the valley. So in 1986 we moved to Jammu, and this place was a very small place, unexplored, at a very high distance from the main city. There were hardly any schools, hospitals, no basic amenities were available. So the childhood was not a cakewalk. It was full of challenges and turbulences. But once we settled in Jammu, we could feel the different challenges, like due to the demographic change. There was a huge cultural difference from Kashmir to Jammu. And especially the language was a biggest issue because especially for the elderly people, they were not able to cope up with the language difference. So managing in that situation in early childhood was a bit difficult, but somehow we could manage and went through. Within a couple of years, I was as I mentioned, that there were hardly any good schools available. So there was a government school nearby, and my parents decided me to do my schooling from there. So I joined government girls' school in the same village, which are hardly few steps away from my residence, and I did my studied there in my formative years. But things doesn't work the way we plan usually, In 1990, when mass migration happened, plus 3.7 lakh people migrated from Valley to Jammu. And it was a very difficult and critical situation for not only for us, for everybody. Like we were there settled in Jammu, but there were huge people who came to Jammu. So though I was too young to understand the real turbulence, but I could see that things are not normal. So people were homeless and hopeless. So things were not at all, good. But somehow we kept our courage on, and life must go on. So my parents decided to send us for better quality education to city. So they decided to remain focused, and they sent me to city for my high schooling. So in 1998, I did my high schooling from Universal Academy, which was in Jammu city. My family always remained focused because they were always having a vision of knowing the importance of education for a woman, not only for women, for everybody, but especially for a woman. So, although they were going through various crises, but they could manage to, uh, keep us growing and getting education. My siblings have really played a role model in my life. My elder brother got admission in medical government college Government College Maharashtra. So that was a turning point basically when my father could realize the caliber available in us. So he decided that we should pursue our professional studies from Delhi. So in 1998, after finishing my high schooling, I pursued my diploma from Kasturba Polytechnic, Delhi, and though in public health and environmental engineering. Public health and environmental engineering was in boom and in discussions on various global platforms and international and national platforms, but at the same time there were very limited schools, colleges and institutes available where this course was available. So due to that limitation, I could not continue um, my studies in the same field. So I decided, without wasting time, I should go for engineering. So I could pass one common entrance exam. So I got admission in Indira Gandhi Institute of Technology in BTech Mechanical and Automation.
So, post your education, please tell us more about your entry into the professional world and the kind of challenges you overcame there.
After completing my engineering, I started my career in a manufacturing unit. It's named as Continental Devices India Limited. They are manufacturing in discrete semiconductor chips and devices. The company was situated in Delhi, Raina, was hardly 10-15 kilometers away from my residence. So I started my career as a process engineer there. CDL provided me various learning opportunities in the form of various critical processes, and they also, based on my background, environmental qualification background, they also gave me the opportunity to work on a plating line to make it lead free, which was very critical with respect to the various ISO requirements for 14001 applicability. So that project was quite successful, and we could do and achieve whatever was required within the scheduled time and with the desired quality. But somehow, sometimes I was not able to justify my role in CDIL because, being a mechanical engineer, sometimes certain critical processes were there which I was not able to cope up with, and the expectations were quite high. So I was feeling that I was not able to justify my role. So I decided to continue and move ahead. So in 2006, I joined Punch Lloyd Limited, which is altogether a different industry. No more manufacturing industry. It's a service industry. They provide solutions to the energy and the infrastructure in the market. So Punch Lloyd, I joined as procurement engineer. This company, I could feel completely. I could see the gender diversity, and the environment was really amazing. Wonderful people were working, and the culture was really good. And I was very happy to take up this new role in new company, and I was very energetic to join this company. There were a few reasons. This company was working for 5 days, and people were very lively. So that was a new thing which I was liking it with, as compared to my earlier company. But at the same time, opportunities doesn't come alone. They come up with some challenges. This company was situated in Gurgaon, so my travel was 5 times increased. Like, where in my earlier company I was traveling for 10 kilometers aside, and now I was supposed to travel for 50 kilometers. So it was a big challenge. But just ignoring that challenge, I kept moving, and I joined Punch Lloyd. And I was given the opportunity to work on a very big project. Though Punch Lloyd on those days were working on various projects, but they were they were working on a building project for the very first time. That project is known as Medanta, a multi-speciality hospital in Gurgaon, which everybody is well aware of. So I was given the responsibility to do the complete structural procurement, vendor development, techno-commercial negotiations, and to manage the supply chain for the Medanta site. This role was somehow very good and aspiring, to be very true. Why it was aspiring? Because every day I was supposed to meet to new people. So meeting new people always gives you something new to learn. So meeting new people every day, working on different commodities, which I was never heard about, I was never aware about of. So working on certain new things was every day was a new. So I was I was going good, and I was liking my role, and I was quite promising. So based on my behavior and conduct, the company decided to give me additional role, to same role but for additional sites. So Mundaka metro station procurement was also given to me, which was Delhi. So again, another challenge. The role was same, but the sites were different. So my local travel got multifold. So I had to travel to Medanta from my office location and then to Mundaka metro station. This was one of the new challenge. But again, as I was liking the role, so I was good with it. One fine day, I got a call from HMSI. HMSI being automobile industry and one of the largest manufacturer, two-wheeler manufacturer in the world. Everybody would aspire to work in such kind of company. So Honda was one of the dream company where I wanted to work with. So when I got a call from HMSI, though I was very happy with my existing role and I was promising there, but I could not resist and I went for this interview, and luck was all mine, and I got this opportunity, and HMSI offered me to work as an executive in purchase operation. So my role was basically cost control. This is part of in this role. There was no relation with the outside world. Again, this new role came up with multi challenges and new opportunities. The opportunity was that I shifted from a service industry to kind of company which is big in itself, but at the same time travel got added, and at the same time my working days got added. It was 6 days a week in those days, and in HMSI my job was completely sitting and monotonous in nature. So there was really nothing new to learn apart from certain softwares on which I was working and making some MIS, and yes, because I was handling huge data on daily basis, so I could explore data analysis in me. So that other than these four things which I could learn, rest all things were really demotivating. So working in the same profile for plus 1 year, I realized that this is not going to work because there was nothing much to explore. So finally I took a decision that I should talk to the management and I should ask for a role change. Though I was not pretty sure that I'll be given that change and I'll be heard, but trust me, I learned a very big lesson that time, that communication plays a very important role. When you know what to communicate, whom to communicate, and when to communicate, so things really turn good and you really get to go. So this time my manager, he really appreciated my approach, and I was given, along with this job, I was given a new role which is known as business project leader. And in this, we were supposed to work on new model cost management, understanding of various spec datas, new features of the model, upcoming features of the model rather. So there was a big, big area to explore. I was changing my interaction with the, not in outside world, but my inside organization was expanding like anything. I was supposed, in this particular role, I was supposed to interact with the sales planning people, R&D people, and the manufacturing people, because all together we have to make one unit model cost. So unless you understand each area and the criticality and the concerns from each area, you cannot really do that. So in HMSI, while interacting with these people, again meeting new people, meeting new operations, learning from them and understanding their point of view for a model was again a learning experience. And there was one challenge which I could face in early stage, like interacting with R&D center was a bit challenging because language is the biggest issue. I don't know Japanese, and there are hardly few people who understand English very well in Osaka R&D Center, but my job was complete to interact with them. So, but somehow with some constant, workout, though I have not been able to learn Japanese completely, but we could catch certain important pointers. So they also extended their supportive hand, and we could overcome that concern. So that's how I realized that why Japanese spend more time on planning than execution, because when you plan better, you can execute in a very effective and efficient way. So gender diversity was one area which I could not I could feel is not there, and especially in this role. I was the first female who was being chosen as a business project leader for one of the important models of HMSI. So after working in this role for more than 2 months, I could see the importance and its gravity, how it is going to impact the overall working. But after working for 2 months, I was given an opportunity to visit Osaka R&D Center, Japan. So that was one of the turning point when I realized that things are not limited to this place. So we need to see outside the window. And one more thing was there were certain things, as I mentioned, that this role was very time bound and schedule bound. So we had to sometimes, to finish the task, we had to stay back in office. But being female and my residence at a very distant place, I had a limitation to stay back in office. But one day, and usually because of the priority of the model and the task, my job was given to someone, my colleague, that please finish it because she cannot stay back. So that used to pinch me many times. So one day I decided, no, I'll stay back and I'll see and I'll finish my job myself. Success doesn't come easily. It has to go through a process. So this was that tedious process when we realized that the real challenges have to be overcome through slowly. Changes doesn't happen overnight. There's no magic stick. It takes due course of time. So going along with this profile, it needed a dedicated, detailed working of various spec changes, the drawing studies and the customer requirements, and this all has to be done in a very detailed way and without compromising on the quality.
So this Osaka R&D Center really sounds interesting. Can you elaborate more on it?
Yeah, sure. See, Osaka R&D Center, this was an opportunity was given to me. Trust me, I must confess that entering Osaka R&D Center, it was an eye-opener event for me. I could see the kind of discipline people are following and the kind of cultural change which I think everybody should adopt. But sitting at your seat securely and working for 8 hours cannot be compared at any level, the kind of working it was going on. Entering to a simulation room early in the morning, sitting on a model, checking all its concerns, quality issues, fitment issues, alignment issues, checking each and everything on various parameters, quality parameters, and finally jotting them down one by one and investigating what are the probable solutions that can be taken care without compromising on quality and cost. Anyway, the model was a big success. We could achieve all the targets which were assigned to us. We could achieve the timelines. So things were going well, and I was given more and more projects in the same role. In 2009, I got married in a very royal family, and by 2014, I was blessed with 2 sons. And now my responsibility in professional life and personal life was growing at the same speed. But I had to move on because everything has to be managed parallelly. HMSI was already in its expansion from 1 of Manesar to 2 of Tapukera, 3 of Narsapura and 4 of Ahmedabad. At the same time, BPL rule was also gaining strength, and getting stronger and stronger. And HMSI was doing exceptionally well in the market, and it was a cohesive growth, not only for HMSI, but for the people associated with it. So I could see with time, as HMSI was growing, the gender diversity also started taking a different curve, and more females were brought on board, and the number of ratio, the ratio, female and male ratio was getting increased, but still it was not enough to meet the requirement.
So COVID-19 has been a big problem for everybody, I'm sure.
Yes.
But especially for the purchase departments. So how did you manage all those problems with your team, sitting at home, working from home, not being able to visit the plant? How has that been, a challenging experience for you?
COVID, see, when you are in higher roles, there's no family time, there's no office time. Office eventually becomes your family, and family do understand the importance of your office priorities. So no doubt COVID-19 was a big setback, but and it was a big shock to everybody. People were disheartened, hopeless, and not very sure about their survival even, but because things were not in good situation. There was hardly any treatment available, there was no vaccine. So the people were emotionally unstable. They were not able to feel, they were not sure about their incomes even, and their health. So at this time we really sometimes miss to appreciate enough the people we live with and the place we work with. So this time I must appreciate your family members and your companies. They really played a very important role, and we must appreciate them enough. And they extended a supporting hand. Families did an exceptionally different kind of support, which was very much required at that moment, especially for female professionals, because females were at the same time were supposed to manage household chores and online schooling for the kids and whatnot. And for company also, I must appreciate when the industries were going through a huge financial crisis. There was no production, there was no sale, there was no gain, but expenses were there, and they did not cut salaries. That was the biggest support that companies extended to the people associated with it. Work from home term was hardly heard before, especially for our industry. It was known only for the software industries and few consulting industries firms, but yes, it was being made possible for us, which was a big change and a very big revolutionary change, I must say. So first word of appreciation goes to the HMSI visionaries and entire IT team, those who did the entire changeover and the modification of the process overnight, like within days, working day and night. So I must appreciate their restless efforts they have inputted in making this possible. So the role I was the question, what you want to know is like how we could manage through, because we were working from home. So though our role is our main key role is to show the technical data and get it approved, show the detailing of it. So it's very difficult. Even there are certain questions which are being answered when you are physically available. Sometimes you just simply nod and the question is being answered, but it doesn't happen when you are presenting data online. So there were various challenges. So what we used to do is we used to schedule the time. We used to inform the evaluators well before, and we used to share the data with them so that they can study and spend some time, so that things become easy for us to explain. We used to we used to distribute the big topics into small and explain them one by one, so that once we are presenting as a whole story, it becomes easy for them to relate and go for the approval. So challenges were there, but yes, with complete dedication and teamwork, we could manage those challenges and could go well with the after a couple of months, I think we started coming back to office and things were again back to track.
So Beauty, you've been a woman leader, right? You've had your ups and downs. So what kind of education would you impart to your other women colleagues who are aspiring to be to be as successful as you and move up the ladder?
Well, Abhijit, believe me, women really don't need motivation. They're self-motivating. Females are generally considered as emotionally stable as compared to male. Believe me, females are more, professional and career oriented and result oriented rather. So they don't need a special motivational factor to get motivated. Women in manufacturing is usually referred as based on their, compared based on their physical capabilities. But it's really not true in this new technological era, because things are moving at a very high speed. There are courses wherein earlier there was hardly any presence of females, but now females, especially female colleges, are there, and those courses are being taught there. So these things have, I think, already gone from the educational system, but now bringing more women in the manufacturing, and this needs a complete mindset. It doesn't happen overnight. It will definitely take, it's a cultural change which is required to happen. But it does not mean that females feel demotivated and they not join, manufacturing organizations. But yes, in how we can bring them more on board, there's a requirement that more and more females should be brought in manufacturing, because it's not about what they're capable of. It's because what is their attitude towards the work, what is their passion and what they're aspiring for. Capabilities can be built with time, and they can be refined once you are in higher roles. So that's part of process. That's a learning process. So that should not take the first seat. The first seat is your passion and your attitude towards the work. So, but yes, you're right, we need to bring certain policies or some modifications in the work culture. Entirely, work culture is supposed to be gender unbiased. We should design a performance-based management system wherein the females are being given equal opportunities to work in the bigger roles and the higher roles. They should be given bigger projects so that they can, show their capability. They can show their and they can excel in their career. We can also make some policies which are women friendly so that they can maintain their work-life balance. Not basically maintaining work-life balance, basically integrating the personal life and the professional life. That's most important. And bringing all these things, I think women encouragement can be done. And already our government has decided to move from 78 to 179. So I think most of the industries are aligned with this thought and already have taken step in bringing more and more females on the board and using their capabilities. Seeds grow in darkness, and diamonds are formed under pressure and huge heat. So when you feel pressurized, when you feel darkness, when you feel heated, so believe me, this is the moment when you are in complete transformation stage. So trust yourself and take this transformation as positively. There are three things which you really need to take care of. One is do not compromise on your passion. Be aligned to it. Do not get deviated. Second, communicate and ask for what you are aspiring for. Do not think that I won't means things doesn't turn the way I was looking for. And third thing, remain grounded when you achieve higher goals. That's most important, to connect with the people and achieve higher and higher goals in the industry.
Right. Thank you, Risan. Thank you very much for talking to us. It was an absolute pleasure, and we hope to see you again on our platform.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhishek.